Kathrine Sorilos, world-renowned psychic medium, investigator, parapsychologist, and my friend. On this episode of Survivor Angels, together we are going to connect more of the celestial thread. Stay with us.
It's time for Survivor Angels, an approach to strengthen trauma survivors. Here, you can escape what draws negativity and engage your positive abilities and the gifts that you've always had. Let's activate your angels. And to help you on that journey, here's Chaplain Jodi.
Kathrine, I miss you.
I miss you too, honey. It's been what? How many days? It's what? It's nearly a month. A month.
Too many. Let's put it that way.
I know.
For those of our viewers and listeners, Kathrine and I, well, we actually met a few months before because we did Zoom calls prior to a trip to Greece that I did with Mysterious Adventures Tours. And Kathrine here was one of our guides. She is a psychic medium, I would say, of the absolute highest order. I so respect her and her gifts and her abilities. And we became really fast friends.
We did. We did. We just clicked just like that.
Yeah. So it made my experience with Greece even better because I got to experience it with Kathrine, which is awesome. And so now she's here on Survivor Angels, and we've been chit-chatting for quite a while. We thought we better start recording this.
We've been chit-chatting for what, 45 minutes?
Just about.
Oh, wow.
Well, we had to catch up. It's been a while.
It has. It's been quite a while.
Yeah. So we're going to talk. I'm not sure how this will shake out. We'll see what happens. But we're going to talk Greek gods and angels. And what's the first thing that comes to mind, Kathrine, when I say Greek gods and angels?
Well, we didn't have angels in ancient Greece. We had psychobombs.
Okay.
Psychobombs were like the god Hermes in Greek, Hermes in English, or Mercury in the Roman god, right?
Right.
He's the one with the wings on his feet. So what he did when people would pass away, he will be there to actually come and take their soul and take them down to Hades, at the entrance of Hades, where the goddess Hecate will wait for him, and she was the key holder. She would wait for the soul, and she will take it through Hades, and take it. Well, I would say take it through Hades, which is the dimensions.
Okay.
The different dimensions until the soul decides to reincarnate.
Okay.
So we have a lot of psychobombs. Those are the angels. Angels are psychobombs, right? Like if you compare Hermes is like Archangel Gabriel.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Apollo is like Archangel Michael. Apollo is the son of God. He's the god of actually, not the son of God. You could say he's the god of the sun, of light, and he's blonde, apparently blue-eyed, and then he actually killed the dragon. So they compare, if you put it down in ancient Greek history and the angelic history, he's like Archangel Michael.
Okay.
And then you've got Archangel. Sorry?
I was just saying, just to go back a sec to Hermes and Gabriel, that makes perfect sense because, as you say, Hermes is taking them to Hades. Well, Gabriel is known as the archangel of travelers.
There you go.
Well,
As
yeah. So there, that parallel is there. Okay,
it's
go ahead.
exactly the same because the goddess Hermes is actually he's the messenger. He is the messenger. He is and the angels were the messengers, and he is the god of traveling, of
Huh?
of protector. He's the protector of the people who travel.
Right?
So there's a lot of similar things. Like if you put down the angels in religion, with the angel, with the gods in different, sorry, with the gods in different cultures, you will find that they are very similar. Like we said, Gabriel was in Hermes, and then in ancient Egypt, he's the who was the god of messaging in ancient Egypt?
Now you're going to make me
Ah,
think.
I'm trying to think here. It wasn't Ra, was it? The god Ra? No,
It might have been.
I'm trying, I'm trying to think. So if you take them down, if you take everything in history, the Celtic gods, the ancient Greek gods, the Roman gods, the Egyptian gods, it's
Hmm.
exactly the same thing.
Hmm. This is the connection that I've been trying to make is that all of these ancient mythologies, the gods were angels. It's part of the celestial thread.
Exactly. Exactly.
So, when,
Exactly.
for our listeners and our viewers, when did the Greek mythology really exist for people? What were the years from when to when?
Oh, you're putting a hard test here. We're talking about it was from the beginning. I've got my
Okay.
husband right here. He's right there. He's Stelios. He's actually answering too as well. It was from the beginning of creation.
Okay. That's what I was
Okay,
thinking.
it was
Yeah. So
there
even,
was chaos, and then after chaos there was light,
uh-huh,
and then the titans were born, and one of the titans was Kronos and his sister Rhea, and those two had children. And Kronos, because he's the one that actually castrated his father. So when Earth connected with the sky, with Uranus, when Gaia, which is Mother Earth, and Uranus, the sky,
uh-huh,
connected and had children,
uh-huh.
the Titans were born.
Okay.
So when the Titans were born, Uranus was so jealous of the children that he had with Gaia, and every time he would sleep with her, he will have more children and more children. And because he was so scared that his children will kill him or castrate him, he used to take his children and bury his children in the, how do I explain it? Right down to Tartarus, right inside of the darkest pit of Earth, and all her children were just in there, and she couldn't breathe. She didn't feel comfortable having her children inside her, back inside her. So she released her most conniving child, which was Kronos, and Kronos in Greek means time.
Oh,
Chronos, Chronos is time.
uh-huh. Okay.
She released him because he was the most conniving, and gave him what's that thing that you have, that knife where you go and cut the it's like an arch. It's a knife, not a skillet. Oh, help me out
Um,
here. You know where
it's
you
like,
go, the farmers have it, and they go and
yeah,
cut the
it's a sigh.
okay, a
It,
side.
yeah,
So she got
spelled
him
really
a
weird, but it's,
side.
yeah, it's pronounced sigh. Yeah. Or
Yeah.
some would say a sickle, too.
Oh, cool.
Mhm.
That's right. Sorry, I couldn't forget. I forgot that. A sickle. That's right. A sickle. So she gave him a sickle. So he went up. He went to his father and chopped his genitals off.
Nice son. Love you, Dad.
So from his blood, apparently, from his blood and his sperm, more titans were born, more giants were born, and they filled, the surface of the earth. So
Mhm.
Kronos got married to his sister Rhea. So he released all his brothers and sisters from the from inside of Earth, from his mother, and they started having children. And he was scared that one of his children will do the same thing that he did to his father.
Mm.
So instead of burying him back, his children back in Earth or inside his wife, he started swallowing his kids.
Oh, yum.
Exactly. So one of the last child that was born was Zeus. So Rhea gave birth to Demetra. She gave birth to Hera. She gave birth to hang on, not Apollo. Hades. Um, and so and the other gods, right, the other 12 gods. So not Athena, not Apollo, not Artemis. They were the children of Zeus with mortal women, right? So
Right.
he gave birth to the higher gods like Dimitra, Hera, Zeus, Poseidon, Hades, those gods.
Okay.
So Rhea tried to trick Kronos, and the last child was Zeus. So instead of him giving him Zeus, so Kronos can eat him, she wrapped a rock around some with he wrapped the rock and gave him the rock. So he was drunk and he swallowed the rock, thinking that he was swallowing one of his kids. And then she hid Zeus in Crete, in a cave in Crete. So when he grew up, he came and castrated his father, killed his father. He grabbed all the titans and threw the titan Tartarus, and that's when the Olympian gods started ruling the world, and that's when it became a pantheon, it became a religion.
Okay. Got it. Yes, so this is way before like the Ethiopian Bible and the Christian Bible, all of those things. All of
Yes.
these things were happening that are very similar to a lot of the things that we read in these ancient scripts, the Dead Sea Scrolls, all of
Mhm.
that. I
Yeah,
find that
because you've sorry, go on, Jodi.
I was- yeah, I find that very coincidental.
It is. Because if you look at them, the Titans are the so-called, well, put it this way, Titans, if you put it this, I mean, Kronos and Rhea were Titans, right? And they gave birth to Zeus, Hera, and Poseidon, and Demetra, and Hades. So two Titans gave birth to Titan children, correct?
Right. Mhm.
Okay. So Zeus and Poseidon and Hades, they would find mortal women and make love to them and these mortal women gave birth to demigods.
Okay. Were they giants?
Demi, yep, the demigods, the giants, which are the Nephilims. In
Yes.
There you go. So look at how similar this is. The whole thing is, and then you've got, and then the Nephilims. They said that Zeus was so scared that the Titans and the Nephilims and, well, what we called them Titans, our religion called them Nephilims. So we've got the Ark of Noah,
Hmm.
when God told him to build the ark to actually drown all the giants, because the giants, the Nephilims, were eating humans, they were destroying the flock, etc., etc. Same thing, Zeus ordered to a couple called the Evkolianas and Pyrrha. So he said he gave the exact order for them to build an ark, put all the animals in there,
Huh?
and he
Huh?
had the great flood.
Right. Yes. There's so many writings that talk about a great flood, and it's from
Yes.
all over the world. I mean, in
Yes.
Asia even, they have these as well, and South America, and the giants piece. They're actually finding the skeletons, the bones of giants all over the
Mhm.
world, which just gives all of this more credibility about a lot of this was real. It's not
Yes.
just stories.
No, 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 no,
Yeah.
no. And they're all similar, all similar. They
Mhm.
all have the same face.
Yes. Yes. I know, because when we were in Norway in August, I was doing research there too for the Nordic gods and the
Hmm.
similarities of the Nordic gods to the archangels as well. And so, it's just like every corner of the world has got some piece of this that fits in or matches.
Exactly, exactly.
Mhm.
Like Odin. I would say Odin is Kronos. Thor could be Zeus. See how similar? I don't know. Was it Odin that used to throw the thunder, or was it Odin? I can't. No. What's his name?
Thor.
Thor
Thor
or
threw it.
Odin?
Yeah. It
Yep.
was Thor.
So
Mhm.
there you go.
Right. Yeah. Yep. And then there
And
was another one who was just a little mischievous. I can't the name. Ah!
Loki.
Yes.
Loki is Hermes.
Okay.
Hermes is he's mischievous as well. Very mischievous. He's a
Yes. And
trickster.
Gabriel, as is Gabe, because
And Gabriel.
Gabriel is the one that brings the joy too, besides
Exactly.
with the travelers and the communication and all of that.
Yeah. So yeah,
Bingo.
so there you go. You got Loki with Hermes and Gabriel. Exactly the
Yes.
same.
Right?
It
We
is.
could
It
we
is.
could solve all the problems of the world, Catherine, if we just keep talking about this.
I know. And all we need to do is just do a little research on which angel represents what God, or what God represents what angel, and then just look at the qualifications together, and then boom, you've got it.
It's there.
And it's in
Yes.
the
So let's talk about Chronos for a moment, because he's
yep.
time. Isn't there a watch company with that name too, if I remember right? Or is it? Or am I
Yes,
just
that's
thinking
the
the chronograph?
no. I think it was. No, you're not talking about the watch that is counting the last seconds of Earth, are you?
That's what it
That's it.
is. Yes. Uh-huh. See, when you don't talk about this stuff, it kind of gets fuzzy.
It does. It does. It does. Actually, I came across something like that about that watch a couple of days ago, where they actually moved. It's actually the people that invented it actually moved the watch. So they're saying that we've only got like a couple of seconds left.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. But now you
Yeah.
said that the timepiece is actually the dimensions, which is
Hmm.
where that's where all of this gets wonky to us humans because we are so locked into our perception of what time is. And that's why it gets so difficult for us to understand how the dimension piece works, because we're in this fourth dimension that has plopped time in the middle of it, which is a human construct.
It is. It is. It is. And I don't know how many dimension you guys well, in ancient Greece we believed in 12 dimensions.
Okay. If you go by, well, like Christianity, for one, it's seven.
It's seven, yes. I know, yeah, I know that. But
Mhm.
Christian wise, it's seven. It's seven dimensions. Ancient wise, it's 12, and then I've heard other people say that there were 18.
And I've heard nine in there too.
Yeah,
So, but
um,
I find it interesting that other than the seven, the other ones are all multiples of three.
exactly.
So then
Yep,
if you go back to the root number, that base number of three, then you can start talking about all kinds of different things again. And if it's Christianity, it's the Trinity. And
exactly.
what would the three be in Greek mythology? Where does that land?
Well, in Celtic, you've got the triqueta. That's the what's it called? Oh no, that's sorry. No. That's in religion wise, Stelios. Uh, well, in Greek it's called triqueta, which is the again it's the power of three.
Okay. Which
It's the
means,
power of three. Uh, I can't say it in English. Say triadiko. Well, I know it in Greek. It's triadiko, which is the power of three, which is if you have it with Hecate, right? If you take it with the goddess Hecate, you've got the mother, the daughter, and the crone.
okay,
Okay,
interesting.
so you've got you've got the mother, the daughter, and the crone. So if you have the well, we call it triadico, which is the power of three, which is
Okay.
knowledge.
Oh,
So it's the
okay.
youth, knowledge, and maternity.
Okay. It's interesting that that goes to the feminine,
Yes,
where on the
it always does.
Christianity side, the Trinity is the masculine,
Yep.
except for spirit. Not sure. That's, I think, genderless, like angels are
They
genderless,
just the god is not a god, but she's a god. She's a goddess.
right?
So
So
she's a
then,
goddess, and
right. So is it the crone that's the knowledge?
the crone is the knowledge. The youth is the daughter, and the
Uh,
maternity. I would say the maternity is the life. I would say life. So knowledge, life, youth, knowledge, and life.
Okay.
Youth, life, and knowledge. I would say
Okay. Okay.
because you've got youth where you know you're given you're given life. You're young. You're doing things in your life. You're learning, and then you've got life where you're giving birth.
Hmm. Okay. Okay.
You're making
Creation.
something. You're creating.
Yes.
Exactly. Creation. So creation, you're creating, and then knowledge. So you've got the knowledge of all that. Then that's the crone.
Right. And the reason I bring that up about with the wisdom and the knowledge is because in the Old Testament, the Dead Sea Scrolls, you have Sophia, who is wisdom. Well,
Exactly.
there it goes
And
back to the feminine again with the crone knowledge.
and Sophia in Greek is knowledge. That's what it is.
Okay.
It's a Greek word. It's a Greek word, and it means Sophia. It's not. It's knowledge,
Nice.
wisdom. Wisdom.
Yes. I love this stuff.
So do I. So do I. And it's really weird how they call it in the Old Testimony by the Greek name Sophia.
Yes.
But then again, a lot of scriptures were written in Greek first, in ancient Greek.
Right. Or they were translated into Greek from the
Exactly.
ancient Hebrew. Yes.
Yeah,
Just
from
depending on
Aramaic.
which part
Yeah,
you're looking at. hmm
yeah.
So we've been talking numbers here too. How important, how significant are numbers in Greek mythology? Are they a big deal or no?
Yes, they are. We've got the hang on, let me just interpret this. Arithmosophia, which is arithmos is number, sophia is knowledge. So you've
Okay.
got the knowledge of numbers,
Uh-huh.
of Pythagoras,
Okay.
and you actually can take the name of a person,
Uh-huh.
and with the Pythagorean arithmology, you can actually find out about that person, his destiny, um, how close is he to the celestial energies, how close he is to the gods, if he's got any sicknesses in his body, even when it's his time to die.
Oh,
So
that's
they
interesting.
used to do they used to do that a lot. But it's a lesson people learn here. It's being taught. You can get people. You can actually go to school. Not school, but have get taught the Anthroposophia, which is the numerology. I would say. I would call it numerology of
Uh-huh.
the Pythagoras numerology. You can actually there's lessons. People have lessons on that. There's
Right.
teachers out there that actually can teach you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. As soon as you say
Uh,
numerology, then it clicks with me. That makes
yeah.
sense to me. hmm
In Greek, it's called arithmosophia. So arithmos is number, sophia is knowledge. So numerology, I will put it down as numerology because I don't like saying it as numerology because people take it wrong on numerology, astrology, something like that. But no, this is going deeper. This is
Right.
actually going
Okay.
deep into the wisdom of numbers.
Mhm.
And if you can do it with your name, the name that you were given at birth.
Okay.
So putting that and adding that name, you get a number. And when people call you by that name, by your name, it's the frequency
Oh, sure.
that that affects you.
Uh-huh.
It's the frequency that if I say Jodi, Jodi, the frequency that is heard into the universe by the name Jodi reflects on you, on your
Okay.
on your whole being, on who you are, um, on how you were raised, everything that you've been through, um, your life changes, um, illnesses maybe on your in your body, everything of that actual frequency of your name reflects upon you when people keep on saying it all the time. So when you have your numerology done, the Pythagorean numerology done, if there's some issues there, you can actually change your name, and by changing your name, you're changing that frequency.
See, I'm all about frequencies because I have at my very core, you probably know this, being a psychic
Hmm.
medium, is And everybody does, but I know that mine is very strong, is music is part of my core. It's a huge part of my core. And that, of course, is all frequency. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so for what you're saying, that's how it would vibrate,
Exactly. That's
resonate.
the word I was looking for, the word of vibration. So dhonisi in English is vibration.
Okay.
Frequency of sychnotita in Greek, and translating to English is frequency. Vibration is dhonisi. So when you're calling somebody's name, first name and last name, that frequency is vibrating.
Okay. Okay. So now I have
That's
a question for you. The other night, I was laying in bed, and
mm-hmm,
all of a sudden, my index finger on my left hand, I mean, there was nothing on. There was no media on, nothing. I was ready to go to sleep. But my index finger on my left hand started vibrating.
mm-hmm.
What was that?
Have you been getting a lot of that lately?
Yes,
Okay.
I have.
Um, okay. Now, is that your left hand? Is it your dominant hand?
No, it is not. I'm pretty close to being ambidextrous, but I'm not. I right hand is more dominant.
Okay. Now, because I know, like you said, I know I've got to feel like you use both hands, right?
Yes.
But like you said,
Yes.
your right hand is your strongest.
Hmm.
But
Well, I think
I believe you're left-handed, Jodi.
okay, so as I write with my right hand, but if you want to go by strength, my left hand is stronger. Yes.
There you go. So apparently, maybe you were like me when we were young. I don't know if your parents did that to you. To me, I used to write with my left hand, and I had one of my mum's uncles telling my mum, don't tell, don't let her write with the left hand because the left hand is the devil's hand. So they used to
Okay.
smack me on my hand in those days, so I wouldn't write with my left hand.
Okay. I don't
Now, my strong,
I don't know if they did
sorry,
that to me or not. I don't remember that.
I remember because I remember myself 7 years old writing down and on my knees, and I'm writing down and them going like that. My uncle, my actual uncle. So my left hand, I do everything with my right hand, everything.
Hmm.
But my left side is my strongest.
Okay.
So this is what I'm feeling with you as well. Like you've got your right hand side that you do everything, but your left hand side is your strongest.
Hmm.
So I'm feeling that there's a lot of energy gathered in this hand. You've been
Okay.
drawing up energy, and like you're drawing a lot of energy inside you. Okay, a lot of energy is coming through you, and you need to shove it out. You need to not throw it out, but need to send it out. You need to send it out, and that's
Okay.
why the tips of your fingers are burning.
Okay. That makes
So
sense.
you're gonna get more of your, not this is usually it's the index finger, because we do things when we do something, or we show something, or we talk about something, we usually use our index finger.
Hmm.
And I'm feeling that in a little while, like in the next couple of days, um, you're actually might get a burning feeling right here
In my palm. Okay.
in your, which that means to me that a lot of energy has gathered and it
Okay.
needs to be sent out. So you either send it out and do some healing on somebody,
Okay.
because you are a healer, So you need to start sending it out to people, or actually healing somebody close to you, or an animal, or actually healing a tree, or if you can't find somebody to heal who doesn't want to be healed, send it out back to the earth, send it back to the trees, send it back to nature, send it to an animal. But you need to take that energy out, because if it doesn't come out, you're going to get to the point where it's just going to be too overwhelming for you.
Oh, okay. All right. I will watch closely.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for
Have you
that.
been Have you been doing anything lately, like actually creating more things, or talking about energies, or doing, or reading, or gathering energy, or having people sending you energy, or people asking you for help? Have you been doing a lot of that lately?
Yes, absolutely. I have been creating. Angels are feeding me like crazy.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. And that needs to come out. That needs to go,
Okay.
because it's too much. It's like there's going to be combustion inside you. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
yeah, a combustion of energy. So you need to
Mhm.
you know
Okay.
send it out.
I will do that. Good. Thank
You've
you.
become you become a conductor. You are a conductor of energy at the moment.
Okay. You know me better than I know me. I swear.
Oh my
The,
God.
the reading that you did on me in Greece, it still just boggles my mind.
You. Thank
But
you.
part of
Thank you.
what
I'm glad.
you part of what you told me is what the angels are feeding me now of how to do what you brought forward for me. So, yeah.
Good.
So that's
But
why it makes
your
sense.
yeah, and a body, I know that they're always constantly on top of you, but sometimes they don't realize that a human body can only take so much.
Oh.
They tend to forget that, because of who they are and being celestial beings and being up there, they tend to forget that a human body can only take as much, that it needs time to rest. But because they've been feeding constantly on you lately,
Mhm.
then you need to tell them to not back off, but to sort of stop for a while, so you can, throw that energy out somewhere, and then, redo it from the beginning again.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. I hear you. Well, Catherine, we could sit here and talk for days. And like we said before we ever started this, even still in Greece, this is the first of many podcasts that
Mhm.
we are going to do together. So
Yeah.
for this one, thank you for coming on Survivor Angels and sharing your wealth of knowledge.
My pleasure. My pleasure. I was so glad to see you and catch up with you, and it was fun. It was actually fun.
It really was. And so until next time, I will say it again, like I've told you before. I love you to pieces, and I wish we
You
lived
too.
closer.
So do I. So do I.
Thanks again for joining Chaplain Jodi on Survivor Angels. For more information, go to chaplainjodi.me. That's chaplainjodi.me. And on Facebook at Survivor Angels Chaplain Jodi. Sound effects for the show created by Andre Opate and provided by Pixpay. This is Dave Schrader. Until next time, sending you off to activate your angels.